Pat, we talk about Callum as an adopted Bristolian, but this decision for his next chapter is for him to go home to Cardiff.
Yeah, when he came and saw me that he had this offer and wanted my advice, the first thing I said, well, what's the dream? Imagine it hasn't changed. And he said, no, 100% he wants to play for Wales. So it was a no-brainer. He has to go back. If he wants to play for Wales, he has to go back to Cardiff. But also, the special thing about that's where he was born. It's actually his home. So you think of young Callum Sheedy growing up, coming through, going off to Milford School and then coming through to Bristol and his development here, for 10 years and all the things he's achieved. And now he goes home, a completely different player, different person. And going back, everyone talks about where the Welsh regions are, making sure that quality players are there and helping Cardiff. And it's the best chance. I mean, you look at Yohan went back for the same reason last year. And he's back in the Welsh squad too. So, we're proud about that too. And I believe Callum, with everything I've talked about, who he is, will do a great job for Cardiff. And then, I believe you have a great chance to continue to achieve his dreams.
Give us an overview of Callum Sheedy's contribution to this club.
Phenomenal. I think it's such a great story of, someone who had a dream, who worked extremely hard, really epitomises how you approach life. Ups and downs, some real challenges, some his fair share of tough challenges off the field as well, but embracing it, persevering, coming through and achieving some amazing things, on and off the field. So, really, really proud of what Sheedy's been able to achieve.
As a player, he's contributed so much, but as a person within the environment, his impact has been huge.
If I go back when I arrived here, I didn't really know who Callum was because he was in the academy and he's probably the fourth string number 10. You had 2CPC was here before I got here, and then I brought in Ian Madigan. Billy Searle was there ahead of him, and then he was actually over in Jersey in the championship, and he'd come back at the start of pre-season. So I saw this little kid and pushing hard at pre-season because it drove him pretty hard with pre-season, but it was clear that he was behind the other guys. But then having the one-on-one, like with all the players, and his one-on-one, same question about your dream, and he wanted to be number one, and which was awesome. And I said, well, how are you going to do that? And work hard. But I challenged him about where he's at, and I said, if you really believe you can do that, then push yourself. I said, we'll provide the program, and you just give it everything. And I said, one thing is that if you push yourself and you climb and you put pressure on these guys, they'll get better. But if not, you'll come through. And he did exactly that. To go from where he was to a centurion for the club. I mean, over 160 games is phenomenal. Our record point scorer in the Premiership. But a real leader in the group. Like when I set up the leadership group, he applied, had an interview. But he's so well loved, his whole demeanour, he's a real people person, and he really wanted to get hold of the culture portfolio and drive that, and he has. But not only that, he's brought, George Kloska through, Tom Sims through, Louis Trevette about how to do birthdays, he's given them all responsibilities. But I think the big thing I love about Sheedy is that he's the same right through the group. He really been a big part of our culture and the team, and I love the guy.
He speaks himself about being at a crossroads in his career when you arrived, but for him to go from where he was then to winning 16 caps for his country, hopefully more in the future, that's a real testament to that.
Oh, 100%. I remember him, Joe Joyce, Andy Uren, they were sort of on the outer. And to see those three come and be on our centurion wall now, and come through together was real pleasing. But probably the highlight was him getting recognised by Wales and getting a cap. Where he was born in Cardiff and came through there, but all his rugby was developed here. And probably one of my most proudest moments is he came in after when he came back and he presented me his first jersey, his Welsh jersey, which I have tucked away, but I'm going to put it up. But I didn't want to put it up until he's not there. I didn't want to embarrass him. Very proud because again, it's not just the Welsh jersey. For me, it signifies exactly what you want from a player, that and all the things I've just talked about. That jersey for me is not just the Welsh jersey; it's Callum Sheedy's jersey, and all the memories, all the things will live long with me for a long time. And a real highlight working with him, and really proud of him.